everyone, Mango7Roll here. How are we doing today? It is Armorsmith 60 to 70 time. I know a lot of people already know how to do this, and a lot of people have seen the other Leave videos, and it's essentially the same, just with different leaves, but I'm going to do it anyway, just because it's nice to have something to listen to and look at, and kind of like figure out my reasonings on specific things. So as always, we have our spreadsheet over here. We have the build your own kit section, we have the collectibles I really recommend, we have the leaves I recommend. There's also crafting macros somewhere over here at the bottom. A ton of helpful information here, and this will be on the YouTube channel here in the description below. So one thing I want to go over with Armorsmith first is their collectibles are actually pretty good. They're pretty grindy, but the fry pans are awesome. I actually don't have any in my list right now. But if you do a search for fry pan, the High Steel Bomb fry pan is just a fantastic way to grind collectibles. You can grind this all the way to 70 if you wanted to. These are so cheap, and so are these, and they're so easily gatherable yourself. You can also move up to Dome and Iron fry pans, or the Caliente ones. They're all just fantastic ways to do for collectibles. The Steel Shield, I think, was really good as well. Just try to stay away from the armor. Oops. Domen, I can't spell. Try to stay away from the armor, like the High Steel Solarates offending. Anything of something are generally really bad to grind off of. So yeah, this one's really good too. Armorsmith has a lot of different collectible options, and that's really important, especially since now that the prices are kind of taming out. It's becoming much more of a viable option. So for the 60 to 62 grind, there is no easy triple turn-in. So we are going to do High Steel Helm of Maiming, and I know I just said don't do of something, but this one's early enough that it's super easy. And this is just such a fantastic one. It takes one Blood Hempen Cloth, which is basically nothing, some Wildflower Flowers, which is basically nothing, and then 2 Nuggets, which are basically nothing. So just fantastic turn-in. You'll do 3 of these to turn in, and it'll give you 1.35 million XP. Just wonderful. I love this one. It's one of the best non-pure nugget ones there is. But if we go to the 62 to 64 range, we have the ever so awesome High Steel Ingots. So this is what you should do, literally all the way up to 70. I wouldn't bother with any of the new recipes. The XP difference isn't that much difference between the 62 and the 68 one. So for example, the 62 one, this one here will give you 1.425 million XP, and if you go up to the 64 to 66 one, it will give you 60k more XP out of 1.4 million, so that's just literally not worth the time and effort. So Armorsmith is one of the lucky ones where it just has a completely spammable, a completely amazing leave all the way to 70. So I 100% recommend just doing this. Or for me, all the way to 70 with your leaves if you want to use your leaves. And if you don't want to use your leaves, just spam the collectible. So I'm going to mention this too, since people seem to be looking for their macros and everything while they are leveling. And it's really hard. It's so dependent on your gear. It's so dependent on the current level compared to the level of the craft. The general idea is you want to use this macro crafting generator and build your own macro. And the way I do it is I always start with the same. I start with Muscle Memory, Comfort Zone, Inner Quiet, Steady Hand, Piece by Piece. And this is for 80 durability turn-ins. And then from there, I literally just fill it up with Hasty Touches all the way in until I can Great Strides, Innovation, Bargots, and finish it off with Carefuls. This is the exact macro I use for basically every 60 to 70 collectible, 60 to 69 collectible there was. But I always change it around. So sometimes I would add a Careful Synthesis and take out a Hasty. Sometimes I would take out a Careful and add a Hasty. Depending on my CP, sometimes I could add in something else. Sometimes I'd have to take out Innovation. So there are just so many variations of this macro here. And this isn't the best. This is just what I used. So yeah, feel free to take this here. I really recommend building your own because you really need to learn how to do that as well. I also use this one or something close to it for grinding materials that I didn't care if they were HQ or not. This will give you, I think if I remember right, like 20 to 30% HQ unless you land on some goods or some excellence. Or even less if you have bad luck. But it gets it done in one macro, and that's the important part to me. I didn't have to hit the button twice, I just hit it once. And it'll allow you to spam these high steel nuggets, no problem for your armor craft, for example. You might have to change the amount of careful syntheses or something like that, but it'll work just fine. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching. I know this is kind of rambly again. I really gotta figure out a way to put my thoughts into one little thing and get it out there, but I'm just so bad at that. I can't do it. I've tried re-recording. It just doesn't come out right. And I feel like I can't give as much information as I like to give that way, because nothing always, like when I'm doing this from the top of my head, more ideas come out, and it may bring for a worse watching experience but a better learning experience for you guys. Anyway, just to sum this one up, Armorsmith is fantastic for leveling. Do your GC turn-ins. I think I forgot to mention that. As always, a lot of them are purchasable from the market board, so check that first. Do high steel ingots until you can't see anymore, until your arms start falling off because you're crafting those steel nuggets and ingots all the way up to 70. And for collectibles, fry pans I found were really fantastic. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you out, feel free to do the like, comment, subscribe thing. If not, downvote it and let me know why. Anyway, have a great day. See you next time with the... What are we next? Goldsmithing next.